Jordan, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure. First of all, congratulations on the captaincy.
Thank you.
What does it mean? What does it mean for you?
Honestly, like, obviously it's big responsibility. It's an honor to obviously captain the national team, the Black Star national team. To be honest with you guys, I'm not someone who thinks about like captain or some leadership role, but I'm just someone who just wants to just enjoy his football and enjoying playing football and winning games and scoring goals and making people happy, because football is all about that, to make people happy, and football is a powerful game. But obviously, this captainship thing, there was a lot of talks and I was always quiet in my corner, always quiet as usual. No, I don't focalize on all those things, and it just happened naturally, I think. And I'm honored, I'm proud, but as well, it demands a lot of work and a lot of responsibilities. But I've been with the best, so I've learned from the best, whether it's Samoa, whether it's Andre. I've learned from them, and I'll try and pick up things from their qualities, and obviously for me, to be myself, because when I'm myself, I'm at my best. When I'm not myself, then I become a bit, let's say, unproductive. So, I just take it calmly and, stay positive.
You talk about the natural flow. You were in your corner, it just came to you. Your dad, the legendary Abedi Pele, was captain. Your elder brother, Andre, was also captain. Now you are captain. What is it about the Ayews and leadership? What do you think it is? Born leader?
Well, honestly, there's a lot of things that happen that me personally, I don't even think about. This captainship thing, I'm someone who believes in destiny, and I think it's just something that was written in the stars, maybe, possibly, but, it's something. We're just passionate. We're just a passionate family. We just want to do our best. Let the people enjoy our game, and that's it. But at the end of the day, things happen. It's only God knows, and we take it in good faith, and we keep on doing our job.
Any advice from Andre that this?
Andre, me and Andre are very close. It's my big brother, and obviously, he congratulated me and gave me some advice. And someone as well gave me some advice. So
okay,
I'm open to everything, and I'm not someone who is ignorant, or I'm someone who's just calm. And since I've been in the national team, since I've been I was 19. I'm still the same today at 33. So keep on taking advices and things, and it have made me grown and to become who I am today. So I'm going to keep on doing that, and that's it.
Okay. The past few years have been quite difficult for the Black Stars. Back-to-back AFCON exit at the group stages. Now if really have to qualify for the AFCON. You've been around for a long time. You've witnessed the highs. 2014 World Cup, you were there. 2015 AFCON final, 2017 semi-final. What do you think has changed, and what do you think, per your assessment, what do you think has gone wrong that has caused this sort of stuff?
Well, personally, I think, in football, there's stages, and when you look at even normal club football, international football, there's periods, and we're in a period of transition, and when you're in a period of transition, things can go well, things can go not so well, and we're in a period of transition, I think, since 2020, and obviously the manager came in, Otto, and had different ideas, and so it takes time. It takes time, and it takes time, of course. A lot of changes a lot of changes, like, in terms of personnel players, a lot of changes, at some point we were like having maybe 10, 11, 12 new players at different stages of the different call-ups. So, it demands time, it demands, um, patience, patience. But for me, I just think that it's just a time where where we're struggling a bit, but we have the quality, we have the players to turn it around, and, we don't have the team of 2006 to 2000, let's say 19. We don't, because even from 2006, 2010, the transition was smooth because you had the under 20s who just came in and like he made it, and you had couple, and there was a call, but this transition was a bit radical, let me say. But at the end of the day, it's football, and I feel like the coach and the GFA have plans, on a long term, and they made the decision, and, we respect it, and, we need to adapt and work towards it. So for me personally, there's no big problem. Of course, we're a country where we demand, we want to win every time, but we need to understand that sometimes, there's a period of transition, and when you have a lot of new players, and especially young players who are not experienced, who don't have much caps, it's not easy because international football and club football is totally different, and, we have a lot of players who are from, like, let me say someone like, I'll use an example like Inaki, Antoine, Tariq, they're Ghanaians, but they grew up in Europe. So for those type of players, they need time to adapt and to gel, the culture and everything. So there's a lot of things, but they're getting better, they're adapting, they're getting better. And, all those things have to come together. And when it comes together, then we'll just get back to where we were before.
Very good. The head coach, Otto Addo, he's received a lot of criticism. Even recently, the newly appointed sports minister even gave his reservations about him. From where you sit, representing the playing body, do you think that criticism is fair?
Well, that is, for me, for me personally, my view is that, like I said, we're in a period of transition. So it can be positive or it can be a bit negative. When the results are not there, of course, the manager and the players, you get the backlash or the criticism and all those things. But we're professional football, we're professional players, and you need to have the mentality and the strength to stand up for the challenge. There's pressure. Playing for Ghana, there's huge pressure. If I say there's no pressure, I'm lying. There's huge pressure. Massive pressure. But, we're professional footballers, so you need to stand up to the challenge. You need to be ready. And obviously the boys are ready. And, I personally believe that, obviously you don't always have to blame someone. And that is the nature of the game. But we believe in the management team that we have. We believe in, in the JFA and everything. So we buy to everything they want to do. And, we can't stop people from criticism and all those things. You can't stop it. It's part of the game. So what we just have to do is to turn things around. And that's what we're working on, to turn things around. And hopefully from these two games, we can show a good image of ourselves and turn things around.
Yeah. Let's talk about the playing body now. You spoke about, you can't stop what people say, but one thing that is at the top of the list of basically the vocal cry from a lot of people outside is the relationship in camp. How is it like between the players? There's been a lot of talk about friction. You guys don't get along. How true or not?
Obviously, we're not best friends. You can't be best friends. Everyone has his ways. Everyone has his people that is more closer to, or more, there's no problem. There's no friction. It's It's just, we know what we have to do. We are together, for me, we are like brothers, but it doesn't mean that it's like, in a family, you feel you're closer maybe to your sister more than your brother, but it doesn't mean that you don't love them or you don't, do you understand? It's similar. So no, we're all good friends. The boys, they listen, they respect. Of course, sometimes in a family, there's one or two misunderstanding, but it's part of life. It's part of the game,
Yeah.
but it doesn't disrupt the whole setup. And, for me personally, I haven't seen any problem since I'm here. Yes, it's a different generation, it's a different mindset, it's a new, squad coming up. But when I was here before, when there was the likes of Samoa, Wakasu, Dede and things, yeah, some people could argue, they could argue on the pitch, but when training is finished, you finish press, they're laughing.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a mentality that was instilled at that time, and now it's a bit different, but there's no problem,
Yeah.
there's no problem. Like I said, there's young boys. I'm 33. You have boys who are 19, 20. Of course, I'm not good friends with them. It's normal. You understand? But I don't see them as my little brothers and things. I don't care about age. The moment we're together, we're all together. So I speak to them normally, when I have to speak to them. Today, the little Bonsuba came into my room. We had a conversation. He just came by his own self. He came to my room, asked me some advice, and I gave him the advice. I'm free. I'm open to anyone that wants to come and have a conversation with me. And if I feel like I have to speak to someone because maybe someone is going through a difficult spell or is doing well, I'm the first person to congratulate. So I have no problem in that sense. No, not at all.
And another thing that seems to be of a worry when we watch you guys at the club level, Leicester may not be doing well, but you're still part of the top scorers for Leicester. Semenyo is doing brilliantly at Bournemouth. Nyaki is bagging 6 goals for Bilbao. We saw Kudus when he came to the Premier League last season. Even Fatal was brilliant with Leicester this season. Unfortunately, the injury, but before that, he was doing brilliantly. It's like when you come to the national team, then there's like a freeze. You guys are not able to translate that form. You mentioned earlier that club football and national team football. Give us the sense. How difficult is it to transition?
It's different because first of all, you have the weather, you have the pitch, and the chemistry. If you understand. So what I mean by chemistry is, for instance, maybe Chad. I heard they have 10 players from one team in their squad or something like that. They've been playing for 1 year, so they have the natural understanding. But I've never played with Semenyo in club football. I've never played with Inaki, only in the national team. And before a game, you have maybe 2 days or 3 days to train. Yeah. So it will take time. It will take time. That's what I mean. It will take time. And for me, that is the main thing. But it doesn't mean that they're not quality players or they can't perform in Africa. Of course. But it's just that the pitch, the understanding between me and Inaki or me and Semenyo is not quite there. Is it moving like this? I'm not sure. But in the club football, you know that your partner is moving there. You don't need to look. You just hit the ball there. Do you understand the understanding? We'll get better. We'll get better. It will get better because obviously at the beginning, personally, it was a bit kind of difficult because there was a lot of, every time there's new set of players in the squad, so it's difficult. It's not an excuse because you still have to find a way and perform. Because sometimes when I come for holidays, I play with my friends and things. I've never played them the whole year, but we still enjoy ourselves. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So we still have to find that thing. But the other thing is that the pressure as well, they need the young players, they need to get used to the pressure. And for me, when I started the national team, it wasn't easy for me. The pressure and all that, it wasn't easy for me. So it need time. But I was lucky because you had Asama who was flying, you had Dede who was flying, you had players who were flying. So, they protected me and they guided me well. And that's why today I am where I am as well, because they protected me and they guided me well. Asamoah, Dede, You know, Sule Muntari, even Michael Essien, I played a little bit with them. You know, when you have those players, they just guide you and all the pressure goes into them. So you don't have pressure. Do you understand what I mean? And they've done, for me, you know, I'll always be grateful and respectful to my seniors, you know. And obviously now it's not easy because maybe there's only me and Thomas.
Yeah.
You know, and the rest are like, you know, kind of young. Okay, Kudus, because Kudus have been in the national team for maybe 5 years now, you know, so it's kind of, you know, so it's, you know, the rest, but honestly, I'm confident and I'm positive. I think it's just a period of transition. So let's say, look at Man City this year.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? They've won for maybe 3-4 years and now they are a bit in a difficult period because some players, maybe they don't have the not motivation, but it's kind of the end of an era. So now you need to rebuild. And that's why Man City have paid so much money in January, tries Walker left and, you know, trying to refreshing the thing. And this is what is happening. You know, it's just that maybe the results are not following. But if the results were there, no one will have the same approach, you know, or this conversation. But, you know, it's time. It's a period of transition. You need to be a bit patient and support us and be positive. We know what it can be frustrating at times. We know it.
Yeah.
We know it can be frustrating because I know how passionate Ghanaians are. But I'm pleading with them, you know, they need to be a bit patient and support the boys because without them, we can't perform, you know. So for me, I just think it's just a matter of time and patience, but we'll come good.